Hi guys, how's it going? You can finally meet Nova, even though I talk about her all the time. She's going to join us today for our next chapter reading. So where we left off was Via was kind of getting into how she had a little bit of different feelings going into high school. All right, so Nova. So this chapter is called Major Tom. Out of the three of us, Miranda had almost always been the sweetest to August, hugging him and playing with him long after Ella and I had moved on playing something else. Even as we got older, Miranda always made sure to try to include August in our conversations, ask him how he was doing, talk to him about Avatar or Star Wars or Bone or something she knew he liked. It was Miranda who had given Augie the astronaut helmet he wore practically every day of the year when he was 5 or 6. Nova, come on. Nova, come. Sorry. Where was I? She would call him Major Tom, and they would sing Space Odyssey by David Bowie together. It was their little thing. They knew all the words and would blast it on the iPad and sing the song out loud. Since Miranda always been really good about calling us as soon as she got home from summer camp, I was a little surprised when I didn't hear from her. I even texted her and she didn't reply. I figured maybe she had ended up staying in the camp longer now that she was counselor. Maybe she met a cute guy. Then I realized from her Facebook wall that she'd actually been home for a full 2 weeks. So I sent her an IM and we chatted online a bit, but she didn't give me a reason for not calling, which I thought was bizarre. Miranda had always been a little flaky, so I figured that's all it was. We made plans to meet downtown, but then I had to cancel because we were driving out to visit Tata and Papa for the weekend. So I ended up not seeing either Miranda or Ella until the first day of school. And I have to admit, I was shocked. Miranda looked so different. Her hair was cut in this super cute bob that she dyed bright pink, of all things, and she was wearing a striped tube top that, A, seemed way inappropriate for school, and B, was totally not her usual style. Miranda had always been such a prude about clothes, and here she was, all pink-haired and tube-topped. But it wasn't just the way she looked that was different. She was acting differently, too. I can't say she wasn't nice, because she was, but she seemed kind of distant, like a casual friend. It was the weirdest thing in the world. At lunch, the three of us sat together like we always used to, but the dynamics have shifted. It was obvious to me that Ella and Miranda had gotten together a few times during the summer without me, though they never actually said that. I pretended to not be upset at all while we talked, though I could feel my face getting hot, my smile being fake. Although Ella wasn't as over the top as Miranda, I noticed a change in her usual style too. It was like they had talked to each other beforehand about redoing their image at the new school, but hadn't bothered to clue me in. I admit, I had always thought I was above this kind of typical teenage pettiness, but I felt a lump in my throat throughout lunch. My voice quivered, and I said, "See you later," when the bell rang. All right, I'm going to read this next chapter too because it's only a page. This one's called After School. I hear we're driving you home today. It was Miranda in 8th period. She had just sat down at the desk right behind me. I had forgotten that Mom had called Miranda's mother the night before to ask if she could drive me home from school. "You don't have to," I answered instinctively, casually. "My mom can pick me up." I thought she had to pick Augie up or something. It turns out she can pick me up afterward. She just texted me. Not a problem. "Oh, okay. Thanks." I want you to stop and think if you think that actually happened, or talk about why you think she said that. Why do you think she's saying she doesn't need a ride home? It was all a lie on my part, but I couldn't see sitting in a car with the new Miranda. After school, I ducked into a restroom to avoid bumping into Miranda's mother outside. Half an hour later, I walked out of the school, ran 3 blocks to the bus stop, hopped on the M86 to Central Park West, and took the subway home. "Hey there, sweetie," Mom said the moment I stepped through the front door. "How was your first day? I was starting to wonder where you guys were." "We stopped for pizza." Incredible how easy a lie can slip through your lips. "Is Miranda not with you?" She seemed super surprised that Miranda wasn't right behind me. "She went straight home. We have a lot of homework." "On your first day?" "Yes, on our first day," I yelled, which completely surprised Mom. But before she could say anything, I said, "School was fine. It's really big, though. The kids seem nice." I wanted to give her enough information so she wouldn't feel the need to ask me more. "How was Augie's first day of school?" Mom hesitated, her eyebrows still high up on her forehead from when I'd snapped at her a second earlier. "Okay," she said, slowly, like she was letting out a breath. "What do you mean, okay?" I said. "Was it good or bad?" He said it was good. "So why do you think it wasn't good?" "I didn't say it wasn't good. Geez, Via, what's up with you?" "Just forget I asked anything at all," I answered, and stormed dramatically into Augie's room and slammed the door. He was on his PlayStation and didn't even look up. I hated how zombified his video games made him. "So how was school?" I said, scooching Daisy over so I could sit on the bed next to him. "Fine," he answered, still not looking up from his game. Is anyone guilty of doing that? When you're playing your games, your parents try to talk to you? "Augie, I'm talking to you." I pulled the PlayStation out of his hands. "Hey," he said angrily. "How was school?" I said fine, he yelled back, grabbing the PlayStation back from me. "Were people nice to you?" "Yes." "No one was mean." He put the PlayStation down and looked up at me as if I had just asked the dumbest question in the world. "Why would people be mean?" he said. It was the first time in his life that I heard him be sarcastic like that. I didn't think he had it in him. Alright, so Via seems to be acting a little different with her parents, or with her mom and with her brother than usual. So I want you to talk with your parents about how she's acting differently, and why do you think she's seems to be in that kind of mood after school. Alright, see ya.